Today we are tuning in for the day 2 of our Gut Healthy webinar series for the next 5 days, and today we are chatting about food sensitivities. Yesterday we covered all about understanding the yo-yo cycle of why we go through constipation and diarrhea, and how like, I don't know about you, but like sometimes you'll be like, it's normal to have some digestive issues, but when they're getting involved with your life all the time, it can be super annoying. So today we're getting into that other side of being that person. Like, how many times have you been asked, like, can you eat this? And yesterday I was actually sitting with my family and this came to me where it was like actually easy to shop with. But just as a reminder, Gut Accelerator applications are now open. So I only take a few clients every single month, and that is my 1-to-1 8-week program. So if you're looking to heal your food sensitivities without eliminations or restrictions, I encourage you to come check that out. But today, and if you don't know me, my name is 𝐲𝐮𝐵. I am the creator and founder of Healing to Happy, and what I do is I help people, I create digital courses to help people that are struggling from IBS and anxiety to heal using food, because I know what it's like. And like I said yesterday, yesterday was my birthday, and we were sitting around and we were making dinner and all that kind of stuff, and it was just so nice to, like, we had a birthday cake and it had all the dairy and it had all the sugar and it had all the gluten, and I'm totally fine this morning, because like, I remember so often that I would go and do, like, I would eat these things still, even though I was quote unquote not supposed to, but I would then go and feel like crap the next day. Like, I would either be backed up or I'd be just like, my body would be repulsed and just like, it'd be expelling everything, and it was just not cute at all. And so this morning I woke up and like, I had all my notes and stuff planned for stuff that I want to talk about, but I was just like, isn't that really cool that, like, one, it gave me the freedom to actually enjoy my birthday without having restrictions or any of that stuff. We had a barbecue, we had some cocktails, like, and it wasn't this food fear, because I felt so trapped in my health cycle, you know, like when, and I don't know, like, maybe you guys have felt that. I would love to hear kind of what your food sensitivities are and how that makes you feel. For me, it felt so, at that time, I thought it was healthy, you know, like, I didn't even realize I was in it. I knew it was a lot because my body started to fight against me. Like, I started to lose my hair, my skin was flaring up, my body weight was just like silly size. And at that time, I was restricting 13 different food groups. So obviously it was hard for my friends and family to be around me. Like, but I didn't even realize that it wasn't healthy. Like, that was the sad part about it, because I was so caught in my own brain of like, oh, this is the healthy lifestyle. Like, this is what you have to do for gut health. Like, you have to eliminate dairy, gluten, soy, eggs, peanut butter, shellfish, like legumes, grains, all this kind of stuff. And it got to be like, it was just so bad, and I missed out on creating so many memories because I thought this was healthy. I had convinced myself this was healthy and this was fine, and like, at that time my body was just like, no, like, this is not fine. But I wasn't listening to those signals. I wasn't honoring her, like me. It really set me back, and it was just like, oh, like, if these things were supposed to be healthy, like, it took a long time for me to have this realization of like, if these things were healthy and this lifestyle was healthy, shouldn't I be able to enjoy my life? Shouldn't I be able to go to birthday parties? Shouldn't I be able to enjoy my own birthday party? Or be able to go out past and like enjoy a movie night and have some snacks and like, just that kind of freedom, right? And that only, yes, it sets you free, but also the people around you. Like, for my stepmom to go out and like buy food yesterday and not have to like ring me up and be like, oh, can you eat this? Can you eat that? That's something that only sat with me this morning of like, how cool is that? Because I used to be that girl that like, I had to either be with you, and I spent hours in the grocery store, combing through, reading labels, doing all that stuff, to now just having that freedom. And it's not like I eat cake and ice cream every day, but it's nice that my body is strong enough to tolerate that stuff in small doses, because a healthy body can digest all foods. And that's what I want to get into today, because the solution is, you know, our bodies are meant to have this battery acid inside of us, okay? Like, we are meant to have this like fierce, delicious, I don't know, I guess battery acid wouldn't be delicious, but Get what I mean? Like, it's supposed to be so strong that any type of food that comes in contact, it can be mutilated. I'm using aggressive terms right now, but you know what I mean. And then, but now, since it's just so, we're eliminating, we haven't tuned into the bacteria and understanding how this whole body works. This whole vessel has so much bacteria over it, but we're so afraid of friggin' bacteria that it's just not strong. It's basically like apple cider vinegar now, and it's not able to actually eliminate pathogens or whatever. And so you're gonna feel that bloat, that food sensitivity, as opposed to, you know, being like, oh, let me eliminate that food, like whatever. Ask why your body can't digest it. Like, that's how you actually heal, as opposed to eliminating and being like me and eliminating 13 different food groups and feeling like you can only eat a select things and you're carrying around your Tupperware jar and you're just like a hindrance on everything. Not that you're a hindrance, sorry, it's just, it feels that way. Like, it's heavy to always just be carrying all this stuff with you because it's you're so afraid of your own body. But the question to be asking is not let me eliminate this food. It's let me realize, like, why is my stomach acid so low? Like, what and how can I raise that up so that I can enjoy some cake and ice cream and some normal foods sometimes. It's not all the time, because again, if you are adding in gut irritants, it's going to weaken it, right? But if you have a strong microbiome, you can strengthen stuff. Hold on, I'm really hot. Dad, can you turn the aircon on? Yes, I live with my dad's right now because I just moved back from Thailand. And I'm in this room, and it is so warm. Hold on, I'm gonna turn the air. Dad, can you please turn the aircon on? It's so fucking hot. The aircon? It's so hot. Oh, thank you. So yeah, just moved back from China, so 11 minutes. But, so, what I want to dive in today is that a healthy body can digest all these delicious kind of foods, and the ways to do that is, first, you need to understand 4 essential things, okay? So, 1, inadequate digestive enzyme function, right? So like I said, if your body isn't, you could be eating quote unquote all the right foods and healthy foods, but if you're not actually digesting these foods and you're not revving up these digestive enzymes and you're not focusing on liver support, which is your body's natural bile production, which is how you digest foods, this is where a big thing comes into play. So for a lot of my girlies that are in Gut Accelerator, this is why it's not just looking at the food. This is why it's not just looking at like, oh, you're bloated, let's take some Miralax and like help you be not constipated or whatever. It's like, no. One, that prolongs this whole journey because it's just weakening your digestive enzymes anyways, but really getting to that. So you can like look at stuff like ox bile and whatever, because that is the closest to human form, if that makes sense. But if that does make sense. But you can first do that. Like, you can take supports for a little bit, but what we do in Gut Accelerator is we walk you forward to actually get your digestive enzymes back and metabolizing their own stuff at their own rate. Because your body, again, a healthy body can digest all types of foods. Another one is you want to first to heal the body and to heal the gut so that you can eliminate food sensitivities, because it's not just taking these foods out, it's focusing on why you can't digest them to begin with. And so a healthy body has to have stabilized blood sugar levels, because if your body is going like this all the time, it's stressed out and it can't digest. And you can either rest or digest, or you can stress and not digest. Fight or flight freeze. So if your body and your blood sugar levels are going like this all the time, this is where you see the mood swings, this is where you see the anxiety. This is why I help the girlies understand that part, so that you can also metabolize your food. I know you wouldn't think, like, the things we're gonna cover today, or that we are covering today, have nothing to do with food. That's the problem, is that we're chasing. Like, if you're chasing food sensitivities with food, you're chasing a symptom, you're not chasing the root cause, okay? So looking at things like inadequate digestive enzyme function. And we go into this, I have a whole friggin' masterclass on this, guys, that I do almost daily, that you guys can check out, where it's how to actually heal, and we go more in depth in all of these different things, because today we're just doing 15-minute kind of series stuff. But that one is 50 minutes, and you get a workbook and all that kind of stuff. So if you are struggling from food sensitivities and you're just like, what the heck, like I feel like I'm not eating anything, it's just like dust, you can go get that. I will, on Instagram, you can find that in the link in my bio, and then on Facebook, I'll link that after this. But yeah, so, and then the next one would be chronic stress. So if you're not looking at inadequate digestive enzymes, blood sugar levels, stress levels, like I said, you can stress to digest, and then assisting your organs of detoxification, which, guys, like we don't pay enough attention to our liver. We need to be really nourishing that liver and allowing it to, and our pancreas. But these are what secrete our digestive enzymes and our bile production, which is our body's natural laxative production. And so if you are not paying attention to that stuff, you're not gonna be pooping, you're gonna be sensitive to a bunch of stuff, you're not gonna be able to digest it, and you're gonna be bloated, and the holidays are gonna just be like overwhelming, because that's just how, like, I don't know about you, but like I remember so well, like walking in and like either I would go ham during the holidays and lose myself, or like I would bring my own food and just like be that weird girl in the corner, just like sipping a smoothie when like really I wanted to eat my mama's like ribs. But I didn't. That was something we were setting yesterday at dinner, and like, so my stepmom made some ribs for my sister because she loves ribs, and I was like eating them, and I was like, the one thing I missed, my mom used to make apparently the best ribs. I never once ate them because I was so afraid of them. Do you know how much that sucks? Like, I sat on the sidelines of so many things, and we were like talking about chicken wings, and I was like, I don't really know what good chicken, because I never ate them because I was so afraid of them. That's okay. Like, and if that's something that you're doing, like there are paths of relief and stuff like that, and it really does, it's not chasing the symptom, it's not the food. It is not the food, okay? It is understanding why your body is stressed and it's not digesting and it's not absorbing food and it's reacting in such a way. So when your body is getting triggered, that's when you get curious. Like Mark Groves always talks about that, and like relationship recovery, where he's like, whenever you get triggered, get curious. But like same with your body, okay? I'm actually gonna add that to the tagline of this when I get done, because I'm like, oh, that's good. It's revelation. Okay, so those are the 4 things you have to understand to really why your body is reacting. And then what we go more in depth on in the free masterclass is the 3 things that are causing food sensitivities that are not food related, okay? So this has to do with poor digestive function, right? Like you have low digestive, just shitty digestion, pun intended. But if you, so like, I don't know about you, but like you're eating all the right stuff, you're eating like those big ass salads and all this, whatever, just like good stuff, but like your body is still flaring up and all that kind of stuff, it's because your digestion is sluggish, right? Like, and this has to go back to your metabolic rate. This has to, well, that's what we're going to get into next, but that has to do with your digestive enzymes, that has to do with your like stress levels, that has to do with your sleep, that has to do with things that you wouldn't think are related to poor digestion that actually lead to sluggish function. Like, are you pooping every day within 30 minutes of waking up, and is it easy, quick, and does it look like a banana and just like sink? That's a healthy poop. That's healthy digestion. You're getting those toxins out of your body and you're feeling freaking good. Like, nothing feels better as a solid poop, yo. Like, so true. But and this is why, like, again, in like the gut accelerator program, it's just, that's what we work on with the girlies, because like it's not chasing a symptom. You need to figure out why the digestion isn't working optimally, and all the girlies that are going like pooping like freaking unicorns, like come on now, that's amazing. Because I remember like just like being over the toilet, just like being late for work. It was like hours and just like, oh no, sorry, I'm really hot now. My hair is making me hot. And like I would have to plan it out before going to work. Like I would have to plan a poop time. So annoying. Anyways, so poor digestion, and then next one is slow metabolic function. And I can't emphasize this enough that I'm not talking about like, you know, when you see like someone that's really tiny and you're like, oh, they just have a fast metabolism. Like they're super skinny and like they can eat whatever they want, whatever. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like on a cellular level. How are you digesting your food? Okay? And that has to do with your body temperatures. And this is why in Gut Accelerator, I walk all my girlies through. And for those 8 weeks, we're figuring out how to get those optimal, not just like kind of good range, optimal ranges, so that even when you're eating those healthy foods, your body is using it so that it can heal, because your body needs the fuel. And even if you're providing it to yourself and you're not absorbing it, it don't freaking matter, right? Like, you're just putting stuff in your body and it's not totally not totally absorbing it. So you want to be looking at that. And then the last one is understanding if you have, this is where you want to test, not guess, if you have parasites or pathogens or something that is within your system. But again, the root cause is not that, and this is why tomorrow we're getting into why I don't condone or I never prescribe low FODMAP or candida cleanses or anything like that. But this is where you want to test, not guess. Because if you go on these cleanses and stuff, they're so freaking intense, and say you don't have any of that, that's an issue. But even if you do, the problem is going back to the digested enzymes, because a healthy body can digest. And if digestion is slow and metabolic function is slow, then obviously it's perfect for invaders and pathogens, because it's just like a breeding ground for that stuff. But if you had stomach acid that was like some car batteries, it could burn through it and it doesn't matter. And this is when you can enjoy a whole range of foods without feeling bloated, without feeling run down, all that kind of stuff. But if you do have that stuff, that's where you have to work. That's where you test the test. Does that make sense, guys? Cool. It's hard to look at like two cameras. I'm like, oh wait, who's getting more attention? So today we covered, if you're just tuning in right now, today we covered the 4 things you need to understand about food sensitivities, and then the 3 things that are causing food sensitivities that aren't food related. So getting these down, and this is what we walk through, and this is actually like what I worked with one of my clients, Rachel, who she just finished the program, is that she was feeling so freaking overwhelmed. She had tried all the races, she was running that like health rat race, and someone just keeps calling my phone. It's like those spammy things that keep calling. But she was running this like rat race, right? And so she felt so overwhelmed by chasing the diets and just like at a loss of not knowing where to go next. And so going through the 8-week series is when we taught her how to actually heal the body as a whole. Back to doing it, gained her weight back. Like, that was a huge issue of like when you're so afraid of food, it's hard to eat. It's hard to be excited about stuff. And then the weekends come and you like go off the handle and like have your weekend benders and whatever, and it's just a lost cause, you know? Not a lost cause. It just feels like you're powerless over the food because you're so restricted in your day-to-day that you're just like chasing this rat race. So thankfully, after going through the program, she's like so good, and she's like crushing in her career, her relationships are better, and that was something we dove into as well, is just understanding how the body works and how if you're undernourished and stuff, it really affects your moods and your energy and being present in the body and the relationships around you, so when you can find that freedom. Which is like what I was saying with, it was so nice with my family yesterday for my birthday. It's just like, with the food, like I wasn't concerned about the food. It was just like dancing and like being with family and enjoying the cake and the ice cream and the ribs and then whatever. Like, it was so nice, and the body is totally fine today. Like, those cool things is what you get when you do that. So just as a reminder, the 8-week Gut Accelerator program, the one-to-one coaching, is now open. There's a link that you guys can get for applications to see if, because it is by application only, to see if you're a good fit. And then me or someone from my team will reach out to set up a call so that we can jump in a call and get moving on that. So that, I mean, there's 8 weeks till the holidays. So it's enough time to really understand this stuff so you can navigate through and get your freedom back, get your food freedom, and just kind of live in abundance and all the good stuff. So I'll chat with you guys soon. If you are on Instagram, make sure you head over to the Happy Gut Gang, and you can catch the best conversations after the chats, as well as the rest of the series, because this is going to be going on. It's Monday through Friday. I'm doing some live trainings, and tomorrow we're chatting about why I don't prescribe low FODMAP or candida cleanses or anything like that, diving deeper into that kind of stuff. So if you're curious about all of that, head over and join us. I'll chat with you guys soon. Happy healings.